Hello guys, if you are wanting to study in Canada this year 2024 and beyond, this video is for you. Here are 6 mistakes that people make when they want to study in Canada, especially international students. And you would want to watch this video to the end and ensure that you avoid these 6 mistakes at all costs. Mistake number 1 that most people make when they wanting to study in Canada is they choose the wrong school. To be able to be eligible for a study permit, you need to ensure that the school that you are choosing is DLI approved. So DLI stands for Designated Learning Institution, and this is a way that the federal government of Canada uses to regulate institutions in Canada. And so if you are wanting to study, ensure that your school has a DLI. For more information, I'm going to drop the link for how you can check whether your school has a DLI in the description of this video. Mistake number 2. There are so many people that chooses a school that does not offer them post-graduation work permit. So to be eligible to work after graduation as an international student, you need to ensure that the school that you are choosing is PGWP eligible, that is post-graduation work permit eligible, and that will offer you the chance to be able to work. Majority of the schools in Canada offer up to 3 years of post-graduation work permit based on the program that you choose. The longer the duration of your program, the longer that you are going to get this PGWP. And one simple trick in identifying whether a school has PGWP or not is whether the school is a public school or a government-owned school versus a private school. Most of the public or government tertiary institutions or post-secondary institutions offer PGWP. But the schools that are private, so private colleges, private universities, or private post-secondary institutions do not have the PGWP. So ensure that if your plan is to stay in Canada and work and have a path to obtaining permanent residency, then choose a school that is PGWP eligible. Mistake number 3 that most people do when they are wanting to study in Canada, especially international students, is that they choose the wrong course or they choose the wrong program. As I mentioned earlier on, if your goal is to remain in Canada after your graduation, then ensure that the program that you are choosing have a lot of job opportunities when you graduate. Not all courses offer you that chance, to be able to secure a job and, through the job kind of qualify for either an express entry through the Canadian experience class or any of the provincial nominee programs that are available. So if you are wanting to know more about the courses or programs that you have to study as an international student or courses that you need to avoid, check my bio and you will see my pinned post talks a lot more about the courses that are good for international students and those courses that you need to avoid. So choose a program that is relevant, choose a program that has a lot of in-demand job outlook once you graduate. Mistake number 4 is poorly written study permits. So the government of Canada issues study permits to all eligible or potential international students to be able to come to Canada and study. So you need to ensure that you are justifying the reason for which you should be admitted into Canada or be granted a study permit. So the study permit or the study plan outlines your reason for wanting to study in Canada, how that aligns with your future career goals, as well as justifying why Canada, right? Why not choosing your home country? Why not choosing any other country? So there are a lot of people that get denied their study permit because of poorly written study plans or poorly written, plan of study to support their study permit application. And so I'll strongly encourage you that you need to be more specific, and you need to be, I'll say strategic and prolific when it comes to writing out of your study plan or plan of study. Don't just go and copy anything on the internet or use something that somebody has used in the past, but try to be unique, try to be genuine, and ensure that your study plan outlines a detailed reason why you should be granted a study permit. Mistake number 5 that so many people use or make it was, providing poorly or inadequate proof of funds. So most people use property valuations as well as other forms of hard assets, such as their houses or their cars or their investment properties and whatnot, to show proof of funds. To be able to study in Canada, you need to have sufficient proof of funds, and there was an increase in the funds requirement to 20,635 Canadian dollars as part of the base maintenance fee, in addition to 1 year of tuition plus, other travel and related expenses. So it is best that you submit liquid assets, liquid, funds that are available either in your bank account or any other sources of income to prove this sufficient proof of funds when applying for your study permit. At best, these things that I talked about, when property valuations and hard assets, can only prove how strong your home ties are, or how strong you are connected to your home. So it doesn't necessarily prove sufficient funds to be able to cover your studies, but at best, is able to show that, okay, you have these properties, you have this investment, and you will likely not overstay. But if you want to have a sufficient or strong evidence as far as your proof of funds are concerned, please ensure that you have your funds in the form of liquid assets that can easily be traceable and that can easily be accessed. Mistake number 6 that most people make when it comes to applying to study in Canada is that they use fake agents. Know that it is only licensed lawyers or immigration consultants in Canada or whichever home country you find yourself that are eligible to support you in your study permits application. If you use a fake agent or someone who is greedy and doesn't know their left from right, and they make a mistake, and that negatively impacts your study permit, even to the point that some people get a 5-year ban, you cannot use that as an excuse that you use an agent and the agent is the one that messed you up. There are stories where some agents that have used fraudulent credit cards have negatively impacted innocent students to the point that their study permits have been refused, and they have also faced 5-year bans to prevent them from entering Canada. And once you get this ban, know that it doesn't only limit itself to Canada, but it is applicable to other countries as well. So please, before you involve any agent, make sure that this agent is certified, this agent is qualified, and they are not going to mess up your application for you. If they are doing it for you, they are doing it on your behalf, make sure that you have access to every information that they are using. So here are the 6 mistakes that you need to avoid as an international student wanting to study in Canada. If you want any further information or you need assistance of any kind, please reach out to me. I have so many videos available here on my YouTube channel. And if any of those videos do not answer your questions, I'll be glad to assist you as best as I can. Thank you and stay blessed.